It is time for more Minecraft Bingo. I'm on my own looking at the point seed this week, seed 5999, and this looks like a really challenging card. There's a lot of difficult stuff on here. There's a fair bit of iron, and it's also weighted a little bit towards deserty stuff with the acacia and needing 2 cacti, and the TNT cart and the glass bottle are probably going to be made out of some sand. But yeah, this is just going to be a tough card, and so fortunately there is a lot of iron, and so that is relatively straightforward to get. And so I don't remember at all what the spawn point was on this one, so we'll find out shortly. And in case I do manage to get the book, the ink sac could be a good thing as well. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And okay, there is a desert with cacti over there. And where I'm starting, it looks like here's an acacia tree, and so I'll probably start with this little island, get the acacia tree, and then head over to the desert next. And then it looks like there's some other biomes there as well. So we at least have an initial plan to get things started. And let's see, is there any other planning? I actually heard a bat, which suggests that there is a cave just underneath the surface there. However, I think I will choose to ignore it, because I think it will be better. Oh, we got the sapling already. That's great. So now I can just focus on getting the wood that I need, most of which is being dropped on the ground. And I want to go ahead and make a boat and head over to the next landmass by boat. I guess a boat is relatively easy to pick up. It's not very far. I'll just swim it. And I am going to need sugar for fermented spider eye, as well as for the book and quill. Ooh, there's a jungle over there. I don't need cookies. Kind of going back and forth and thinking about a lot of different things right now. I do need to harvest one of these things, but I can do it later. For now, I'm just going to take the free sticks. Alright, so we're going to get ourselves some cacti. And if I were some easy to access stone, where would I be? Looks like there's some right down here. All right, great. So let's get some stone tools started. And one thing that every time I come into a desert and there's bunnies hopping around, just the fact that their footsteps sound very similar to creeper footsteps, and it always bothers me. Like, yeah, the bunnies really throw me off. It just like triggers my get out, it's a creeper instinct. And I don't know how to overcome that or whatever. And I think given that it's a points challenge, we should go for kind of straightforward strategy here. And so I'm going to make kind of all the standard tools. And so I will start things off with 14 and do this, and this, and this. Boop, 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 boop. That's not quite right. But there we go. We managed to rescue it before I ended up making an unnecessary hoe, or at least unnecessary at this point in time. And there are some things we could cook up, but I won't worry about that right now. Add some extra sand in case I need it for the TNT. And then I do see mushrooms over here, and yeah, I'm going to need to get the iron and go back and harvest one of these things too. So we should try to find a cave that heads downstairs so I can get the iron pretty quickly. Only going to need 1 red mushroom. And I don't need that sapling. Here's brown mushrooms. I'm going to need 2 of them. And actually having more could be good, in case I decide to use them for food. And okay, I see better food animals right over here. Here's some pigs, and here's some more sugar cane that I'm going to need. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Do I see? I do not see clay. And there's my flint. And let's go ahead and kill these guys for food. And actually, while I'm doing that, let's start cooking up some of the things that we need to cook up. I am going to need to cook up some of those. Come here, piggy. Thank you. And you. There we go. Let's see, I'm going to need 2 of those, and then I'll need to cook up, I guess the piggy meat is probably the most important thing to cook up next. And let's go ahead and craft my mushroom stew. And I have the extra mushrooms, and so I can eat one of these. And then I have the extra mushroom for that. I can go ahead and craft the book, or at least the paper for the book now. I'm not going to need the extra cactus, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it away. And then I am going to need more wood for various things. So let's chop down a tree while we're cooking up some pig meat. And... oh, I forgot to take that out, darn it. Well, we're not cooking up some pig meat, apparently. And, let's see. The clay. The clay should be around here somewhere if I just take a look. And also... okay, I see the clay, yes, and also the sky I need to kill. So we also need to look for cows and chickens if we want to try to get the book and quill. And I don't need the sheep for anything. Pumpkin pie seems like it's going to be unlikely. The cake I'm not even going to bother trying for, as well as the slime ball. If it happens to come, then we get it, and great, and if not, that's fine. But yeah, I think at this point we need to head downstairs and try to get some of those things. And that should be enough food for right now. So let's go ahead and grab this. And this. And let's get the better food on the bar. Oops, come on. There we go. And are there any other top biomes? I guess, once again, we could find the melon over there, which could help for the golden melon. So I guess I will head in that direction. Ooh, hello. I will also head over here in order to grab some of these things. And is there a second one? It's probably right here. There we go. Melon seeds, I'm not going to need. The extra gunpowder I will need. And I'm drowning. Very nice. Okay. That was fine. We can eat our way back up to full health. And yeah, still looking for a good cave to get some iron. I do see some free coal down there, but I'm sure we'll find more coal. Whoa, okay, here's... oh, and an abandoned mine shaft. There actually could be some really good things down there. Let me see really quickly if I happen to spot a melon. Just while I'm here, and if not, we'll head downstairs. Let's give it 10 seconds of looking. Kind of 5 seconds headed over in this direction, and then 5 seconds going back the other way, I think. So I think our 5 seconds is up, and I haven't spied... oh, was that a melon? And I think it was just yellow flower. Here's a melon. Here we go. Great. And having extra won't hurt. So let's do that, and then a safe way down into this little ravine probably involves using water. And I think I can actually do it without too much work. And having a few extra blocks won't hurt. So I'm going to do this. And then we have kind of a safe way down. And... oops. And still managed to take fall damage anyway. Alright, very nice. I'll grab that, and I know there's going to be a mine shaft around somewhere down there, and so let's not necessarily worry about getting into it immediately. I want to get 3 pieces of iron cooking as fast as possible, so I can go ahead and upgrade to my iron pickaxe. And while we'll do that, we'll get some other resources. Alright, there's a lot of iron right here, so this is a nice start. And I am going to need more cobble for a second furnace, I expect. And so I don't mind gathering some more of that. Alright, so we've got that cooking up. Let's go ahead and put the crafting table down once again. And I'm going to make a second furnace while I'm thinking of it. And then, where did I get the coal from? Is there more coal? Yes, there's lots more coal right over here. And there's quite a few more things I'm going to need to cook, so I'll grab 4 pieces of coal. I think will probably do it. I think I might have just seen a creeper around the corner, so let's be ready for him to be popping up. And actually, since I need all the gunpowder, I might actually try to kill him, which is something I usually don't do. Alright, but he didn't drop any. Oh well. Hopefully we'll find a lot of gunpowder in a chest or something like that. Okay, but we can go ahead and make an iron pickaxe, which make it easier to dig. And let's see, this is about to... Let's see. I should update the card shortly, but is there anything else I want to craft right now? I think not yet, actually. Alright, and there's something else I wanted to cook. Right, more food. And we can go ahead and make this thing. Yeah, let me clear out my inventory. I don't need this, I don't need this. I'm only going to need one of these. And... yeah, I think that's it for now. Alright. Let's continue to head downstairs into the mine shaft and see what we can get, and I'll wait for that one to finish cooking. Should be done around now. And can I reroute the water here so that it actually goes down into the mine shaft so I have a way to swim back up? That would be great. Let's do this. I hear you, sheep. Alright. Here goes nothing. Whee! Alright, I see a rail. I see a creeper. We'll grab the rail. Thank you. And, oops. Am I inside this? Yep. Okay. I see the, this thing that I want. Gimme, gimme. Alright, that'll be for the melon. And, yeah, while we're down here, let's just see if we can find anywhere that goes down deeper. And it looks like there's some down here. And so maybe we can find diamonds and lapis and a little bit more iron. I should really close this up because I'm probably going to be coming back up. So let's do this. Oops. There we go. That'll make it easier to return. In a little while, here's some redstone, which I expect I'm going to need for something. Let me do that. Let's see, redstone on this card. Not actually seeing it right at the moment. And let's do this. I expect I'm going to want a water bucket for exploring down here. And so I am going to grab a water bucket. And then, yes, there is something I need with redstone, and it is this. So let's go ahead and make this. And I can go ahead and make this as well. So let's get this done. Alright, and are there other things I could be cooking up right now? I know I passed some iron somewhere. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of iron everywhere. So while we're down here at this level, let's just quickly take a peek for our diamonds. Okay, there's some more iron. Diamonds don't seem to be appearing. Why did they choose not to appear? Silly diamonds. Alright, I left my furnaces behind, and they're actually a little ways away now. This is not going to be particularly efficient. Let's take one more quick peek over here, and then run back to where my furnaces are. Monsters might be spawning behind me at this point. Any lapis? There is lapis over here. Okay, let's go back here. Grab this, because I need it. Thank you. And let's just leave this guy behind. A little bit more over there, iron, but at this point, I'm in pretty good shape for all that. And I don't think that zombie will be able to chase me down all these hallways. So let's quickly pile this in here. And with the lapis, I can go ahead and craft one of the dyes. And I need to find some bones at some point, and at this point I also have way too much crap in my inventory. I don't need the lapis for anything else. I do still need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need melon seeds because I already used the melon correctly, and I could be cooking this up. And with this extra iron, yeah, there's still a bunch of iron things that we're going to need. Let's go ahead and do this now. And I also need to get a spider eye to go with the sugar in this. And let's go ahead and turn those into sticks. Right, I can craft the sign. Let's do that now before I forget. And then drop an extra sign in here. And I guess I don't need the... there's a tiny little chance that I'll somehow end up going for the cake stuff. So I guess we'll keep that on us. And while we're down here, other than more iron and the diamonds, is there anything else that we need? I mean, I guess basically, yeah, stuff that we get from monsters, like this guy. Could help, like this piece of gunpowder right here. And the blocks could actually help, potentially. So we'll do that. Oh boy, any bad guys sneaking up on me? No. Okay. Oh, diamond. That was super lucky. Alright, and there's enough to make a diamond pickaxe or a diamond sword or something that could be valuable to me, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And at this point, there's no reason for me to be down here anymore, I don't think. So I think it's time to head back upstairs. Let's not die, especially with the diamonds that we haven't crafted yet. V3.0, okay, that's really great. Let's go ahead and craft up the diamond hoe. It was a hoe, right? All this text on my screen from getting bingo made it a little hard to see. Yeah, and some people would go after the sword. I'm really fond of the pick, so I'm going to do a pick and a shovel. Made of diamond. And then throw out that and that and that. And try to make my way back up to the surface, I think. And along the way, we might happen to spot a dungeon which could have some valuable things, and it is still the case that I need... Hello. Crap. There's a bunch of... Okay. I don't want to deal with a lot of skeletons right now. I am still going to need more iron. I don't need the gold. How much more iron do I need? I need like 7 for the cauldron. Oh, there's a thing you can do. Let's eat some food. And then... Yeah, you can just blow up. Actually, if you could blow up kind of over there and blow that guy up, that'd be great. And... Okay, these guys see me. Maybe. Got a little bit of lag. Great. Let's just do this. Great. Okay, I see you there. I need your eye. I probably should have waited to see if we were going to get a spider eye before I broke the spider spawner. But hindsight is 20/20, as they say. Alright, maybe there'll be one inside here. Not even sure if that's a thing. That is good. And you know what? I'm going to need a chest. So let's grab one. And at this point, I can probably craft the hopper. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's drop off a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Just to get more things out of my inventory. I'm only going to need 1 mushroom. And I don't need that or that. And I think I've got enough food. And the string, I need to go fishing at some point. So we'll go ahead and craft this thing. And I think at this point I need some help once again. Okay, I need to get the lime dye. I never cooked up my glass bottle, so these are some things that I could be doing. The lime dye is just like this. I guess I threw out my other bone meal. Alright, so these are some more things that I can drop off that I don't need, and I could be cooking this right now, which I should definitely be doing. And what was I cooking up over here? Right, the stuff for the glass bottle. We could go fishing. I will eventually need some shears, and we still need the spider eye. And there wasn't a name tag. There is a name tag in here. Okay, great, got the name tag. Yeah, okay, things are starting to happen. Alright, yeah, we're getting, looks like a decent score on this, despite the fact that I felt like it was a tough card. So I'm happy about that. At this point, I have enough gunpowder to craft the thing you can do, too. So let's do this. And that. And go ahead and get the cart. And make the TNT cart. That'll get some more things out of my inventory, and now I don't need the gunpowder anymore. And we do not have enough for the cauldron yet. Okay. So, and I'm still trying to head back up to the surface where it'll be easier to do fishing. And let's go ahead and update the card once more, because I did get a bunch of things. We could also get the thing on the surface. Yeah, okay. So we're going to head back upstairs. So let's just try to go up as much as we can. And if we need to dig, we'll dig. But it looks like this is kind of going up. And there's a little bit more iron right here, so let's grab it, since I still need it. Alright, and so we can go upstairs, we can cook and fish at the same time. We can grab our little twiggy thing. And let's see, in terms of iron, yeah, I think I've got all the iron that I need at this point. So is anyone going up? You are going up. Bring me to the surface, please. Otherwise, I'll just dig up since I have this nice super fast pick. But this looks like we're almost back at the surface, which is great. And here's a squid. And it should be turning daytime, so it shouldn't be too scary up here. There might still be a few mobs on the surface. And so let's try to find our little twiggy thing first, which would be back toward the desert, which I don't remember which direction it was. Might have been this way. Yeah, I think I came through a spruce forest. I do need to fish, and I could be fishing right now. So let's start fishing right now as I just swim across here. I'm going to try to avoid that guy. Okay, he's burning up, so that's fine. We'll stand over here and catch my fish. And I guess while that's going, I can go ahead and make these in my inventory. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Come on, you can do it. Go, fishy, go. Go, fishy, go. Here we go. Come on, fish. Great. Okay. I think a desert is back through here somewhere. And so if we find that, we can get the little twiggy thing. And then... yeah, then I'll need to update the card. Okay, here's the desert. Okay, so we can start cooking our iron in 2 separate furnaces once again. Do I see a twiggy thing anywhere? Here's one. Okay, so let's get iron cooking again. Some of it in here. Some of it in here. Let's harvest this thing. There we go. And with the iron, we're going to craft a thingamadoo. And let me go ahead and just eat this to get it out of my inventory. And we caught the fish. Okay, and so... spider eye is one of the easiest things left to get. And then if we can find the cow and the whatever, that would work. But let's go ahead and craft the cauldron. All right, and then I don't think I need the iron for anything else, and I don't think I even necessarily need to cook up anything else. I mean, I could try to make the buckets and get the cake, but that's still a really long shot. So I guess I'll pick these things up just in case. Let's not worry about it. Okay, so spider eye. Slime ball is extremely unlikely. Spider, should probably head back down into a cave for it. Is there anything else? If I had the sugar and the pumpkin and an egg, yeah, if I could find chickens, I guess they're not going to lay eggs fast enough. So the cake is out, the pumpkin pie is out. Yeah, I think the spider eye is the main thing I could get. Although the chickens, I could kill them if I managed to get the cow as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what my best strategy is here right now. I feel like I'm not making good progress at the moment towards any goal. But I'm going to quickly see if we see cows and chickens. If so, I can kill both of them. And if not, I'll try to dive back down into some dark spot and see if we can kill spiders to get a spider eye. And I think those are my best options. Hopefully I'm not still being blind. Something else important that I'm missing on the card here. Let me go ahead and update the card one more time. Okay, cake no, slime ball no, that no, that no. Yeah, it's basic. Okay, here's the cows. So let's get some leather. And we can make the book. And so if I can find a chicken on the surface, and if we see a good cave or hear spiders, we'll go for that. And so those are the 2 things we're looking for now. Chickens and spiders. And did I take my boat with me? Hopefully I did. Looks like I didn't. All right. So let's hop in a separate boat once again. Let's see, I got 100 seconds. It's like 2 minutes. Yeah, I could definitely still find some chickens over here, and we could definitely hear some spiders somewhere. So we could still get 1 or 2 more, which would be really great. I mean, 20s already feels like a great score on this one, honestly. All right, I just want to see if this looks like somewhere where there'll be spiders. There could be. I feel like the chicken is the more likely thing to find, though, so I'll be able to see it from farther away. I could hear the spiders potentially underground. All right, so eyes out for chickens. I see pigs that way. Don't see any friendly mobs this way. Yeah, I'll probably be second guessing myself in terms of whether I should have gone underground and tried to get a spider. I think a spider eye is still only a 1 in 3 drop. So even if I found a spider underground, chances are not necessarily good, whereas the chickens will almost certainly net me the thing I need to make the book and quill. So we just gotta hope to find the chickens. And I don't know my biomes well enough to know which biomes are... Oh, chickens, chickens! Here we go. I think we're going to be able to do it. To know which are the most probable. Here we go. Okay. So I need to make this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Great! Alright, 21 points. I don't think I'm going to get a spider eye to turn into a fermented spider eye in the next 0 seconds. So, yeah, there we go. That worked out pretty well. I'm not at all unhappy with that outcome. Let's take a look at it on the big picture. We failed to get the cake, the slime ball, the pumpkin pie, and the fermented spider eye. And the fermented spider eye is the only one I feel bad about. I broke the spider spawner a little bit too early. And so that was definitely doable, but I still think that that's a good score on what I think was a relatively difficult card. So I'll be curious to see how folks, perhaps including you, end up doing in this card. I hope, as always, you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Minecraft and Terraria and whatever else you find on the channel. Bye-bye.